Hello, everybody. Happy Memorial Weekend as we think about those who died for this country and for their hopefully future progeny. That ain't happening. Most people I know cannot afford to have children, and yet they're paying for Somali children, they're paying for Pakistani children. They are not having children, but other people are having children who they are working and paying for. Okay? I mean, it's wild. So this is an article here, I'm sorry, not an article, a news story, about just the millions and millions of dollars that are just flying out of and going into Somalia, okay? And it's just unreal. And they just, and they're on government assistance. They are on government assistance, and yet they have millions and millions of dollars. And they're on government assistance. This is just like this is Fox News. This is just the local TV station there. And it's just millions. It's practically uncountable. It's so much. And it's in Seattle as well, people. So I don't know. Do you have like tons of money floating around and too many kids of your own, and so you're just ready to help others? Or did you have no children? Did you have no children? Are you someone just with no children, and yet you never could afford them? I know so many people who work, some even 2 jobs, just to pay rent, and they would love to have children. They cry. They want children. And that was really what New York was to me. I saw so many women there, educated, kind, brilliant, working all the time so that they could pay child support, child care for everyone else coming in. I think I have a jealousy problem, because I would go to work every day and I would walk by these women from other countries on the stoops, and I know some of them have it rough. I'm not saying it's easy for all of them, but there were a lot that were just smoking weed, hanging out on the porch, letting the little rugrats run around drinking yoo-hoo. It was just yeah, right, I'm going to go work and pay for this, right? Why am I responsible for other people's babies at this point, who are not even American, right? I mean, if they're American, okay, if they came upon hard times or whatever, but this is different. This is this is the country's going to go under because they are replacing our population. My daughter went to a school where they brought Somalis in, and they all had 8 children at the very least. 8. And we're talking about a population that's having 2.1 at the most. We've just got so many singles living in cities. Look at this. And this is just kind of what they found just from the daycare. To me, this is so tip of the iceberg. This is so, it's ludicrous that they haven't just busted open and investigated other things too. It's why are you focusing just on the daycares, people? They're just going to take over. We don't need tanks. We don't need trucks. We don't need any of that, because what they're doing is they're bringing our population all the way down and bringing in a host population that breeds like crazy. And they're giving them all the money to do it and all the incentive. Why not? I don't know. Maybe I should go around and tell everyone I'm Somali. You know, if at Evergreen you can say you're a man trapped in a woman or a woman trapped in a man, maybe I can say that I'm a Somali. Well, Glenn Kearns, you know, interesting that you are kind of on it here a little bit, but keep digging because you don't have to dig far. And then, you know, it's all Somalis that work at the airport, so they're going to let everything go through. And I still wonder about that too. Why on earth? Why on earth do we have people from a terrorist nation that hates us being the ones who are the TSA people at the airport? And I think I've brought this up before in a video where I was detained once and held in like this weird little jail thing by just a bunch of Somalis, and they had me like in this windowless room underground, and finally an American walked by and saw what they were up to and was like totally horrified and just, you know, released me. And I just, you know, I was like a little released bird or something. I just flew away. So, you know, there they are in my country, right? And I'm sure they were terrorists. I'm sure that they do all kinds of things. We've got them around our airplanes. I'm put through security. They are checking me through security. Wow, it really boils me, you know. If I had a lot of money, I'd fly a private jet, because it's just like, you know, going through that. It feels like it's a psychological operation of humiliation that I have a Somali jihadist checking my baggage at the airport while they send millions and millions and millions and millions through to their terrorist camp. To their terrorist camp. Their terrorist camp. Look at that. Look at that. I saw stuff like that all the time in Minneapolis. I don't know if this is in Mogadishu or there, but they just were always, you just always saw them with money. I remember I saw a doctor once who said they all had better phones than him. He's like, I cannot afford to have a phone like they can have, and I'm a doctor. You know, this was, you know, I'm sure he has a good one now, but this was back when they first came out and not everyone even had them. I remember like going into a bathroom stall and seeing this one. It was like pink and it was studded with all this stuff, and then the woman ran real quick and grabbed it. God, she looked nervous. I bet if I would have grabbed that phone, who knows how many millions or billions I would have found in transactions on that little thing, huh? Do you want your money back or not? How do you feel? What do you think? Do you want your money back? Do you want your millions back? Or do you think it's good just to keep giving them millions and letting them have the children while we work and make money so that we can give it to them so they can have the children and we don't? Happy Memorial Day, ancestors. May you all spin in your graves.